Ritz-Carlton is towards the top of the food chain when it comes to the most luxurious hotels that Marriott has to offer. And it's definitely on the list of hotels that I can't afford to stay at if I were to pay with cash. But today, we won't be talking about the hotel itself or my poor financial decisions, but rather the Ritz-Carlton credit card that also is at the top of the food chain for premium hotel cards. However, the Ritz-Carlton card is not alone at all at the top of the list because the Marriott Brilliant card is also an apex predator in its own respect. So when the two cards go head to head, which one comes up on top? To give you a little heads up, both credit cards are for the Marriott brand, which means if you're anti-Marriott or tired of being bon void, well, keep on watching because one of those cards could actually change your mind. I want you to put your stance on Marriott aside for the moment because I will show you how both of these cards will give you positive value every year. And of course, in a comparison video like this, the question then becomes, well, which one is better? First, I'll give you the little backstory and overview of both of the cards and then show you exactly who will get the most value from each of them. And regarding the Ritz-Carlton card specifically, I will have to show you how to get approved for it because the application process is not as simple as you might already be used to from other credit cards. Well, to start things off, let's go ahead and get the reward multipliers rolling and out of the way. For the Marriott Brilliant card, you will earn 6x points at Marriott hotels, and for the Ritz-Carlton card, you will also earn 6x points at Marriott hotels. But that is just the base reward earnings that come on both cards, because you will actually earn more than 3 times that amount. With the Brilliant card, you will earn another 10x points for being a Marriott Bonvoy member, and then you'll earn another 5x points for having Marriott Platinum status. We'll get more into this later, but yes, the Brilliant card gives you Marriott Platinum status. So now, on Marriott purchases, you'll earn a grand total of 21x points. And as for the Ritz-Carlton card, you will also earn the same 10x points for being a Marriott Bonvoy member. Then you'll also earn 2.5x points for having Marriott Gold status, which again, we'll go over later, but for now, just know that the Ritz-Carlton card gives you automatic Marriott Gold status. This brings your final reward multiplier amount on the Ritz-Carlton card to 18.5x points for every dollar spent at Marriott's. I mean, I guess technically you could round that up to 19x points, but then again, I'm 5'10" and I can't round up to 6 feet, so maybe we'll just keep it at 18.5x. As for the other purchases, the Brilliant card earns 3x at restaurants worldwide and on flights booked directly with the airlines, then 2x on everything else. And the Ritz-Carlton card earns 3x at restaurants worldwide, airline tickets booked directly with the airline, and at car rental agencies. Then again, 2x on everything else. Side by side, the Marriott Brilliant earns slightly more points on straight up Marriott purchases, while the Ritz-Carlton card earns you 3x points for car rentals. Other than that, both cards have identical earning multipliers. But here's a little brain teaser. If you have the Ritz-Carlton card and also happen to have platinum status, then both cards will earn the same amount on Marriott purchases. Because actually, now that I think about it, technically both cards have the same 6x Marriott reward multiplier. It just depends on which status you have because the Ritz-Carlton card gives you gold status, so less points for that, while the Marriott Brilliant card gives you platinum status and gives you more points for that. Whereas again, they technically both earn 6x points. So what do you think? Is there a clear winner in terms of reward multipliers? Maybe, maybe not. Which leads us into the meat and potatoes of both hotel cards, their benefits and credits. And just like you and your friends with benefits, the benefits part plays kind of a big role in that relationship. Let's start with the benefits on the Marriott Brilliant card. With this card, you'll enjoy an annual $300 dining credit that resets every calendar year. And of course, in classic credit card fashion, that $300 credit is broken down into $25 worth of credit every month. Unfortunately, that means you can't just offload this credit in one purchase, but rather purchases made every single month. But the good news is that you could trigger this credit at any merchant that codes as a restaurant, which makes it really easy to use. By all means, you can now take your actual friends with benefits to a dinner date once a month and pay for dinner. Who knows, maybe before you use up all $300 of credit, you might have yourself a full-blown girlfriend or boyfriend with all those dinner dates across the year. Or maybe you treat someone different every month. Anyway, another credit that comes with this card is a $100 property credit for Ritz-Carlton or St. Regis properties when you book a 2-night minimum stay with them. The only caveat with this credit is that you must book through the Marriott Bonvoy website and you must use the $100 property credit luxury credit card room rate. The $100 property credit can be used on spa services, dining, and recreational activities on the hotel property. And you know what? I'm sticking with the friends with benefits theme that we got going on for this video. So if you're the type to take your FWB to nice hotel trips, then hey, you could get an extra $100 worth of free stuff by using your Brilliant card. However, if you're not willing to spend that much money on a hotel stay, you'll be pleased to hear that the Brilliant card gives you a free night award every year after your card renewal month. This free night award can be used at any Marriott property with a redemption level at or under 85,000 Marriott Bonvoy points. That could easily cover a free night at hotels like the Ritz-Carlton and St. Regis, which routinely have rooms for $500 plus for just one night. You can even combine up to 15,000 of your own Marriott points with this free night award to stay at hotels with a redemption level of 100,000 points. That'll make for one really nice hotel date. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to show you some quick examples right now of some hotels that will actually trigger or that you could actually use this free night certificate at. And trust me, they are very expensive hotels, or at least for someone like me. The first example I've pulled up is this St. Regis Bal Harbor Resort, which is in Miami, Florida. So you can take a look here. One deluxe guest room with 2 queen beds, I guess, and an ocean view will go for 76,000 points per stay. Or you could do the deluxe guest room, 1 king ocean view in case you want to just use 1 bed and not 2 beds, same 76,000 points per stay. And then if you take a look towards the middle, you'll see that that night or this room routinely costs, or at least on this day, will cost $686 if you paid with cash. Now here is the St. Regis, New York, which is actually a more expensive hotel, or at least from the rates that I've been seeing. And here you have a superior butler service guest room with 1 king bed for 84,000 points per stay. And again, take a look. You're gonna have to pay $800, almost even $900, I guess $800 to $900 for cash to get the same room. I have 2 more examples for the more exotic stays. This next one is the Ritz-Carlton in Tokyo, Japan. And here you have a deluxe twin room, or with 2 doubles, or you can get the deluxe king with 1 king size bed for 83,500 points per stay. And again, that is 176,518 yen. That equals to almost $1,200 worth of value. Or let's say you want to go somewhere else. So let's say Maldives. We have the JW Marriott Maldives Resort and Spa. Fancy. You have the overwater pool villa. Not just a queen room, ocean view, city view. You have a villa, 1 bedroom villa, sunrise view, and ocean view, I guess, for 82,000 points per stay. Use your free night certificate here. Again, these things or these rooms are costing you $800 a night at least if you were to pay in cash. That free night award is looking really juicy out there. And while you're at any Marriott, whether it's through a free night award or not, you will enjoy complimentary platinum status for as long as you own the Brilliant card. I will go in depth on what exactly platinum status gives you later in the video. However, if you're trying to go for more than just platinum status, this card gives you 25 elite night credits every year. And as you continue to put spend on this card, let's say, I don't know, $60,000 in a calendar year, you will actually be eligible to select an Earned Choice Award benefit. The awards you can choose from are 5 Suite Night Awards, which can be redeemed for a free upgrade to a suite on a per room, per night basis. So 5 Suite Night Awards will basically get you 5 nights of free suite upgrades, yeah, per room, per night basis. Or another award you could choose from is yet another free night award valued up to 85,000 points. Or finally, the last thing you could choose is $1,000 off of a bed from Marriott boutiques. And I'd say usually most of the time people choose the free night award or the free suite night upgrade awards, but perhaps maybe you really enjoyed that mattress that you used at your last Marriott stay. Well, by all means, you could get $1,000 off of that mattress. Well, not that mattress specifically because it's used, but if you were to buy a new one, $1,000 off of that. You get the point. Maybe your friend needs a new mattress. Well, in that case, you could be the only person who chooses to get the $1,000 off of a bed for their Earned Choice Award. The last two benefits on the Brilliant card are actually airport-focused benefits. You'll receive a Priority Pass Lounge membership and TSA PreCheck / Global Entry credit. All of those benefits sound amazing and are the main reason why this card is so appealing. But the Ritz-Carlton card that we have neglected up until this point says, excuse me, you're not the only good Marriott credit card around here, because on the Ritz-Carlton card, you also get an annual $300 credit. However, instead of a dining purchase credit, you will get credit on airline purchases. These include things like baggage fees, seat assignments, lounge passes, and more. This credit also is not broken down into monthly increments, surprisingly, so you could technically use all $300 of this credit at one time. But unlike the credit on the Brilliant card and most other credit cards, this credit actually behaves differently. Instead of automatically triggering the credit, you have to actually call or message Chase to apply the credit to an eligible charge on your card. So if you don't remember to ask to apply your credit, well, you simply won't get it. The good news about this though is that since a human is manually looking at your transactions and applying the travel credit, there have been instances of cardholders using this credit on flight tickets and even hotel charges. I won't guarantee it, but I will say that it's a possibility. The main point though is if you travel, you should be able to use all $300 of this credit relatively easily. And another relatively easy benefit to use every year is once again the free night award that you receive after each anniversary year. This free night is good for any Marriott hotel with a redemption level of 85,000 points or less. It's essentially the same free night certificate that comes on the Marriott Brilliant card that we talked about earlier, which means you could also use up to 15,000 of your own points to stay at an even nicer hotel room. And you saw some examples of the hotel rooms that you could get by using these free night certificates. These free night awards are just as valuable as gold. Speaking of gold, the Ritz-Carlton card gives you 15 elite night credits and automatic Marriott Gold status. Or if you decide that Marriott Gold status is not quite high enough for you, with the Ritz-Carlton card, all you need to do is spend a measly $75,000 on this card in a calendar year to get automatic Marriott Platinum status. Honestly, if you're willing to pay $75,000 just for Platinum status, you might as well just get the Brilliant card. The last benefits to note on the Ritz-Carlton card are the TSA PreCheck / Global Entry credit, Priority Pass access, free authorized users, and Ritz-Carlton Club upgrades. The cool thing about the Priority Pass membership on this card is that it also includes Priority Pass restaurant credit. This is something that the Marriott Brilliant card doesn't even have on that Priority Pass membership. The Priority Pass restaurant edition allows you and a guest to receive up to $28 of food and beverage credit each. That's $56 combined between two people. That's definitely more than enough to cover a free meal and 1 or maybe 2 drinks at eligible Priority Pass restaurants. You could also combine this with the fact that you could add authorized users for free to your Ritz-Carlton card. Those authorized users will also receive the same Priority Pass membership that includes restaurant benefits or restaurant credit. This is an easy way for you and a bunch of your friends with benefits, or family members to access Priority Pass lounges and get lots of free food and drinks from Priority Pass restaurants. Lastly, the Ritz-Carlton card comes with 3 Ritz-Carlton Club upgrades each year. What does that mean? These upgrades are only eligible to be used on paid stays, so you can't use them on award bookings or with the free night award. A club upgrade will do one of 2 things. First, it will upgrade your room to a club level room, which is essentially a room on a higher floor or on the club level. Those rooms can be $50 to $300 more than the standard room. But the other perk of this club upgrade is access to Ritz-Carlton club lounges. Here you can find yourself in an exclusive lounge with free food and drinks, and we're talking breakfast, snacks, lunch, snacks, dessert, and even more snacks. Also free wine, beer, and made-to-order cocktails. Apart from the benefits, both cards provide their own set of travel protections, but both do have lost luggage, delayed trip cancellation insurance, purchase, return, and extended warranty protection. But the Ritz-Carlton card has a primary car rental damage waiver and no cell phone protection, while the Amex Brilliant card has secondary car rental coverage and cell phone protection. Also, the Amex Marriott Brilliant is an Amex card, while the Chase Ritz-Carlton card is a Visa card, which tends to be more widely acceptable. Quick side note also, did you notice that my room looks different? Well, I'm finally settled in my new house in LA. Well, here's my bed. This is my desk, where I'll be spending hours editing these videos or writing scripts and stuff like that. And I don't know what to call this corner, but corner, more stuff. And as you can tell, there are no more blue balls As you can tell, there are no more blue walls in this room. Before moving on, earlier I mentioned that the Brilliant card gives you Platinum status and the Ritz-Carlton card gives you Gold status. The key differences of these statuses are late checkout, free breakfast, room upgrades, and lounge access. Platinum status gives you guaranteed 4 p.m. late checkout versus 2 p.m. late checkout when available with Gold status. Platinum status gives you hotel lounge access and a welcome gift, which comes in the form of either breakfast, points, or a small amenity that varies by brand. Gold status doesn't give you any of that. Lastly, Platinum status gives you a higher chance of receiving a room upgrade and includes the possibility of upgrading to a suite. Whereas Gold status gives you a lower priority on the room upgrade list and no chance of getting upgraded to a suite. And regarding the Platinum status and the lounge access, I want to make it clear that you will not get access to the Ritz-Carlton lounges that we talked about earlier. Is Platinum status better than Gold? Yeah. Is it worth getting the Marriott Brilliant card for Platinum status? Possibly, as long as you could justify the annual fee. Which brings me to the annual fees because we haven't talked about any of them yet. The Amex Marriott Brilliant card has an annual fee of $650 compared to the Chase Ritz-Carlton card's annual fee of $450. That's kind of a big difference. So now we have to look at how can you justify each of those annual fees. Being the more expensive option, the Brilliant card needs to work harder to get you back your annual fee. Ideally, you should be able to use the entire $300 dining credit, which brings the effective annual fee to $350. For the annual free night award, let's value it at a very conservative $300. Now the effective annual fee is $50. But again, that free night award certificate, as you saw earlier in this video, can get you rooms like $800 plus $900, $500, etc. I just really was conservative and used $300. Because I don't know, who knows, maybe you don't want to stay at those other hotels. You want something more practical, more realistic. Just hit for a $300 hotel room. You don't have to go for the all-out JW Marriott, Maldives, New York, Japan hotels. You could just go to your mom and pop Hilton in your local city and get $300 worth of value. Right there, boom. But with the Brilliant card, you also throw in the benefits from Platinum status, and I think those could justify, at the very least, $50 worth of value, and that way you're breaking even on this card every year. I also didn't put a value on the Priority Pass membership because, let's be real here, many of you getting a card like this probably already have like 20 other cards that give you Priority Pass membership or Priority Pass access and TSA PreCheck / global entry credit. As for the Ritz-Carlton card, it's an entirely different game. The $300 airline credit should be used every year, so now the effective annual fee is $150. You receive the same 85,000 point free night certificate valued at $300. So now you're already positive $150 with just 2 benefits alone. Then all of the other benefits are essentially free and make the annual fee that much more digestible. I think one of the biggest differences between the two cards is the Marriott status that you get. If you want higher status, if you're someone that wants higher status, you want those free room upgrades, get the Brilliant card. If you want those free breakfasts, get the Brilliant card. However, the Ritz-Carlton card seems to be the easier annual fee to justify. As you just saw, we just had to use 2 benefits and you're already netting positive value every year. But there's one small issue about the Ritz-Carlton card that the Amex Brilliant card doesn't have. Well, the bad news is the Ritz-Carlton card is discontinued and you cannot directly apply for it. The only way to get the Ritz-Carlton card is to be first approved for either the Chase Marriott Boundless, Bold, or Bountiful cards. Then you must own that card for 12 months and have a $10,000 credit limit or more before you could request a product change to the Ritz-Carlton card. If you're a fan of instant gratification, you're not going to enjoy that process. That's going to take you a while, I guess specifically a little over a year to get the Ritz-Carlton card. At the end of the day, is the Bonvoy Brilliant card bad? No, but the Ritz-Carlton card is a lot easier to justify between the two. But I would love to hear what you guys think of these two cards in the comments. By the way, welcome to LA, I guess. All right, shoots.